This episode's going to be a little different on the Kernstown battlefield. The Kernstown battlefield is right behind you guys. Actually, this is part of the original battlefield where we're standing, but the main battle was right here behind you, 100 yards. I'll turn it around. The line of trees right there is actually the park property, and the battle took place right there. The digs that I have done in the past with Sixday metal detecting is right there beyond those trees right there. There's a field there, and the Rose Hill battlefield is right behind here, and it goes around this. So we're right smack at ground zero where the battle actually took place. The soldiers from both the north and the south actually would worship together on Sundays, and then they'd go out and fight each other come Monday. And when I was doing detections here, I thought it very odd that on every side of this battlefield is completely taken up by churches. And I'm sure that wasn't planned, but that's the way it is. Religion played an important role in these soldiers' lives. In fact, it was almost uncanny how you would have soldiers from the north and soldiers from the south feeling like they're doing God's will. And they would worship together and then shoot at each other. So it just really amazes me, the dichotomy of that war. The Battle of Kernstown on March 23rd occurred on a Sunday. The importance and impact of religion to both the North and the South cannot be overstated. Both believed they operated under the approval and ideation of God's will. It was not an uncommon sight for soldiers from both the North and the South to cease fighting and keep the Sabbath. In fact, there are many notable cases where soldiers from both sides would lay down arms and join arms in worshiping together on Sunday. However, on that day, Sunday, General Stonewall Jackson felt the situation facing him compelled him to fight on the Sabbath. Regarding this, he wrote in his journal, quote, "It is now Sunday, and it pains me to fight on the Sabbath." End of quote. The Sabbath harks back to the biblical Christian belief in the 7 days of creation and God's rest on the seventh day. However, on that day, Stonewall Jackson remarked in his journal, quote, "My division is low on strength, and if I postpone fighting, Banks will add to his forces, and the situation will be worse. Therefore, I will attack." End of quote. Even then, he waited until there were only 6 hours of daylight left before conducting the attack. Unfortunately, the Battle of Kernstown is one of Jackson's only tactical defeats. In this episode, I am joined by Randy Reed of Sixday Metal Detecting, and we find lots of bullets. But I wanted to highlight an uncanny revelation. The battlefield is ringed on all sides by churches whose property is part of the battlefield. One of these churches, which still stands today, held joint worship services for both the North and the South. Stay tuned. right, you guys, I got to hit pop the plug, pulled it out. I either got a washer, a grommet, or a button. And of course we all hope that it is a button. At least I do. All right, so here's the hole. Pulled the plug, popped it out. I ran my pin pointer and it's right here. And I think it's going to be, oh, I think it's going to be a washer. Doggone. Oh, doggone. It sounded so good. So that is a brass washer. And you know, could it be from the Civil War? Absolutely it could. Yep, it could. And those are the kind of signals you want to hear. Now I'll let you hear what that rings up at. Look, 25. It's a great signal. So it's not a button, but I cannot rule out that it's not related to the Civil War. Actually, I think it's a grommet. It's an old grommet. Oh my gosh, look at that.
Big 69 caliber.
Holy smokes.
And that's a drop, man. That thing is as sharp pristine, as it could be. Gorgeous. Look at that. That is awesome.
That is awesome. And you wanted to come here to find a 69.
I did.
So, I mean, your first find of the day was a 69.
Find. Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that's crazy. I found something Civil War related. I'll let you take a look. So here's the hole. I popped the plug, pulled it out. It was under the root. And here it is. And I let Randy take a look at it. And you think it's a Williams cleaner, right?
I do.
A Williams cleaner.
Yep.
I think it is too. Williams cleaner are typically those short stubby bullets there with the 2 rings on it. And fired, hit, and the actual battlefield's right here behind, here behind Randy. And this bank right here,
right.
And anything shot this way could be sitting right here.
It hit the bank about right there. Went.
Yeah, that's right. I popped the plug and pulled it out. And there it is. I'll let you see what this reads on my detector. 19. That is a solid sound. And look at that. That is a beautiful, that's a drop. Maybe, nope. All right. That is a beautiful Civil War bullet here at Kernstown battlefield. Right there. All right. Awesome. All right, you guys. I'm gonna take a chance to do a live dig. I just dug that last bullet right over there by that bush. Come over here. I got a good hit, and it's the same number. Right there. 1920. But it's telling me it's only about 4 inches deep. So that could also be a rifle shell. But when you're at a place like this, any good hit like that, you gotta dig. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Right there. Oh, right there. Right there. It is a round ball. A Civil War round ball. Oh, that's awesome. And right there, I don't know if you guys can see it, there's a tree line right there. On the other side of that tree line is actually where the actual battlefield is. And the cannonade actually was right out there. I don't know if you can see a car. There's a highway that goes through the battlefield. And the Union cannon stood on that side, and the Confederate cannon stood on this side over here, and they were volleying back and forth. So here where this is all cleared out, you know, they've cleared this to hunt deer. And so far, found 2 Civil War bullets right here. It's awesome. You know, I just noticed something. Can you guys see the seam on that? Can you see the seam on that? The pour seam? Right there. All right, let's keep digging. I'll let you take a look at it.
Oh, it's round ball. See it?
Round ball.
Good job.
Number 3.
Good job. That's awesome.
There we go. All right, you guys, I dug the hole. I wanted to show you, this is a little bucking ball, or a buck and ball. Some call it bucking ball, but it actually is a buck and ball. You know, Randy's right there. He has found one. And he's got a buddy here. He's up in the woods, right up in there somewhere. And he has found one. But that is a bucky ball right there. All right, you guys, I just found that bucking ball almost in the same hole as I found what I'm going to show you right now. I just pulled the plug, popped it out. I saw it roll out. I'll let you take a look. We'll take a look at the number. Okay, it's right over there, number 19. So the number 19 seems to be the sweet number, the sweet spot for Civil War bullets today. But I'll let you see it. It is right there. Right there. Beautiful Civil War bullet right there. Not bad. I found 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 or 5 right here. In no time at all. Hopefully we'll get a 69 bullet. All right, let's keep going. I think I got another round ball here. I had to dig a really big hole, and it was choppy because of those rocks right there. Those stones are on top of it. But it's in the plug here in this loose dirt. I have not looked at it. It's that sweet spot number 19. I think it's gonna be a round ball. Round ball. Another round ball. All right, that's awesome. They're adding up. All right, you guys. I dug another one. Could be a shot 69. Could be. Let's take a look. All right, I popped the plug and pulled it out, and it's been, oh, that's exactly what it is. Oh my gosh, I found my first 69. Boy, and look at that. It hit, smacked hard. Oh, that is awesome. I finally found one. Oh, wow. And I just found my first 69. All right. That's awesome. Man. Now, your name is Greg?
Greg.
And you're with Randy.
Yep.
And this is what Greg has found. Man, that's beautiful. You're doing really well.
Yeah, and I just
2, 4,
out there.
6, 8, 9. You got 9.
Yeah, I'm out there just roaming out in the middle of the woods, walking.
So weird.
Yeah.
Like you have
I got the
every kind of bullet.
Yeah.
Almost.
Yeah,
the way it
you
always
have.
is. I mean, those are what? Is that Spencer?
Sharps.
Or
Yeah,
sharps.
that's
Sharps. You got your 69s. You got cleaner.
Yeah, Williams
Sharps.
cleaner, round ball.
Gardner. Round balls.
And whatever the heck this thing is.
Oh yeah. Well, I still think that's a Burnside. I'm pretty sure.
I think that's a
It
Burnside.
could be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah.
That's pretty. Yeah, only about 6-7 inches down.
Yeah, now it's, you found that there, and you know, I'll walk right by it because I found that Gardner right there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah, they're all in here. I think they just shot right through this way. All right, you guys, popped the plug and pulled it out, and I looked in there, and I see it. Can you guys see it? It's going to be right there. It is Well, this is a bucking ball. You can actually see where the buck went. Alrighty, that's awesome. Alright. This is the battlefield itself. The museum is right over here. And the house where General Milroy got killed is right over there. The cannon stood right up here above the cows that you can see in the distance right there. Or maybe you can't see them. I'll try to zoom in there. But right out there where that white truck's going. So the actual battlefield is right here in front of us. And we didn't do too bad. You know, Greg found 11, I believe 11 bullets. And I found 9. But I found some melted lead too. I'll let you take a look at it. So this is a Gardner. This is a Williams cleaner. You can see where the bucking balls would have gone. Here's a bucking ball right there. I got a bucking ball, 4 round balls, a really odd 69. Don't know anything about that. Here's a piece of melted lead. Here's a big piece of melted lead. And I think this is a little grommet. All right. Randy's bringing his stuff over. We'll take a look at what he found. All right, I'm here with Randy, and he's going to show you what he has found. And he has an interesting, what do you call that, a deer antler or deer time?
A shed.
A shed.
So, you know, every year they lose their antlers. And, I mean, that was, of course, just one half of the other side, which probably had the same amount of points. Most time they do. And that would have been one proud little 8-point. I mean, look at that, boy.
Yeah, that's small.
He has got good genes in him. That's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got a spoon up in the woods. Got a little silver on it, and it's. I was looking at it before. M. Rogers.
Yeah, I see a maker's
Something
mark
like
on
that.
there.
Yeah. I don't think it's
Silver
too
plated.
old, but.
And
then
a couple round balls.
Yeah, a couple round balls, some shards of bullets. Gardner out in the field here, which I was happy to get out in the field. And
69.
A big old 69.
And we came wanting to get 69.
That's right.
Didn't we?
We did.
That's what we wanted. And we all 3 of us found the 69 bullet.
Yep.
And so it's been a very successful day.
Nice, dude.
Yeah, isn't that cool?
That is cool. That's where 3 of these bad boys would have been in there with it, and it would have been shot like a shotgun.
Yep.
With the bucking ball, with and the big round ball. Dang, where'd you get that piece?
Yeah, I dug it up in the woods. I didn't even film that. Isn't
Yeah.
that cool? Could have been melted lead from camp.
Oh, absolutely. It's definitely lead.
Yeah, this one, I found this one near it too.
I'll be darned. How about that?
It was up there, right up there where we were.
Well, can't beat that.
All right. You guys, thanks for joining us this episode. We'll see you on the next. All right, you guys, I'm at the Appalachian Presbyterian Church. This church was famous during the Civil War. It was here. The actual battlefield is right here. I don't know if you can see the sun. The sun's right there in your eyes, but the battlefield's right here. It went all the way around. There's a museum right behind these trees, and here you can see some signs. I'll go over there and let you guys take a look at them. But this was another famous church during the Civil War time period, and was a key place during the battlefield that served both the North and the South. It's an early church. This church here was built in 1790 and burned to the ground in 1873. Bye.